Hey guys, again, it's me. Trying to keep it a little low in this conference meeting room. Looks pretty safe to have another video. This is me, Dustin Marion, on another episode of Fantasy Nights. Bringing up another interesting discussion. This time we're going to talk about Bobby Three Sticks and the Cleveland Browns. And I am going to pick this team as one of my dark horse teams in the playoffs. I know that sounds crazy. I think that the whole division is going to be an interesting fight. But I think maybe the Browns can sneak in as a wild card. I definitely think they could steal it. It's all dependent on Bobby Three Sticks. Robert Griffin has to stay healthy the whole season. He has to play like he has been playing. Just air it out, slide, and hopefully Hugh Jackson can be creative enough to keep the tempo of the game fast, and once they get up, they can just run the ball with Isaiah Crowell. I think that this team can be as high-powered as any offense in the league. They have all the players. Once Gordon comes back, crossing fingers he doesn't smoke any marijuana or drink any drinks or get into any trouble and stay on the field, this team has a potential to put up some serious numbers. You have Robert, and you have the new slash of the league, quarterback turn wide receiver, Pryor. So we're going to see what they got with Gordon and Barnage and Duke Johnson and Isaiah Crowell. I think this team could be good. I think there's just question marks on their defense, and that's going to be, they just cut Paul Kruger, which I seen today on a byline. I don't think that experiment worked out, but it's hard. Cleveland is just a really tough place. I hope now with LeBron bringing that title there, I could kind of break up some of the monotony of losing consecutively all the time, and some of the bad spirits and some of the energy. I mean, that fan base deserves a title. Cleveland, those guys are so loyal, especially after they lost that team in the middle of the night and they took that team to Baltimore. And now they get it back, and it's been just an absolute nightmare and a crap show of quarterback after quarterback after quarterback that they've drafted that hasn't worked out. I mean, they've had some flashes of some guys, but nothing too serious. I don't know if I'm talking too loud. I might get interrupted, but it's okay. I'm trying to learn as much as possible to practice my video presence. So you guys, you rate me and rank me. Tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm a bum. Tell me if you think what I could do to make it better, sound better. Another Amazon plug. Just want to keep plugging Amazon. Amazon's awesome. I got this Nike Fuel Band from Amazon, and I got this old school iPad Nano wristband from Amazon. So when in doubt, just go to Amazon. They have everything. I'm like an Amazon junkie. But let's get back to Robert. They look great. In fantasy, I would draft as many players from that team as possible. In real life, they have a really soft schedule. The only question is, can they beat the Steelers? Can they beat the Ravens? Even though the Ravens are not the same Ravens of before, these division games, they get crazy, they get insane, and they get intense, and you just have to wait and see what the outcomes are. But overall, I think that they could be pretty legit team. It's so funny. Joe Hayden is over there, and they don't even talk about him as being a shutdown corner anymore. It's so crazy. Like, Cleveland has become a place where players go to die. I think a lot of people thought that with Robert, and he might be able to resurrect his career. I think one of the coolest nicknames for him was on Tony Kornheiser and his radio show, which I recommend listening to. It's very funny. I mean, it's a little bit of a dry humor, but some of the stuff that those guys talk about and what they do is pretty funny. I really enjoy it. It's really great. But I think one of the nicknames was Bobby Three Just, in regards to calling him Jesus. If you get that drift there, I mean, that's why I call him Bobby Three Sticks. That's a nickname that I kind of stole from that show. That show is pretty witty. Tony has some interesting things, even though they talk about some uninteresting things like traffic and where he gets his mail delivered to. But Kornheiser is totally the man, one of the great TV presences, in my opinion, and one of the influences in my life that makes me want to do this kind of work and put my voice out there and see if I have anything or any opinions to give or say. But like I said, I keep going around and around. At the end of the day, like I said, I think the Browns are going to be good. I think Hugh Jackson is going to know how to get the ball to some of these receivers. I think Terrell Pryor, and I think that Josh Gordon might actually be two legitimate threats. I think Gary Barnidge might have a little bit more to say. I think that people wrote him off early. I was one of those people. I mean, you know, these analysts, these guys are. I wish there was more sports, like sports athletes analysts versus just like guys who are into stats, because, you know, the first thing they tell you is, oh, he's old, or, you know, he's really not that good, and a lot of it is based on crappy data. I think that you can't really, there's no data on heart and those extra unimmeasurables that really take it to the distance. So I seen him the other day without his helmet on, Gary Barnidge, and he's not what he sounds like. Gary Barnidge sounds like a guy that collects garbage or something like that. Not directs traffic. He sounds like a garbage guy. And I thought he was going to be like this big, chunky, fat white boy. But he ended up being like a slender kind of dude. It's really interesting. They throw away Jordan Cameron, who kind of had the same kind of situation, just kind of coasting his whole career, and then all of a sudden like pops up on the radar and has like a year and a half of greatness, and then falls off going to Miami. And that's a whole nother, you know, video and discussion. But now they get Barnidge and kind of has that same kind of year wonder, and now we're wondering if he could do it again. But if Robert can space things out, we'll see. I mean, the offensive line is questionable. They lost Alex Mack, but I know they still have Joe Thomas, who's going to be their left tackle. So we'll see. I didn't really go over who their draft picks were. I get kind of selfish during the draft, and I just focus on this team right here. But it's funny because even if you had me on a money game show right now, I don't even think I could tell you who we drafted this year, which is so weird. I know who we drafted last year. I can't tell you his name for the life of me, but I know he was a monster, this kid from USC. But we can't make this discussion about the Jets. So in closing, I definitely think that Robert Griffin, Hugh Jackson, Terrell Pryor, Gary Barnidge, Duke Johnson, Isaiah Correll, and Josh Gordon are going to really, I'm going to say Josh Gordon twice. So Terrell Pryor, I want to give him a shout out because I can't believe he's doing what he's doing. It's pretty awesome to switch positions to continue to be competitive in the NFL. It's pretty awesome, especially when you have shows like Undrafted, which guys trying to get into the league and just can't. For a guy to change positions, that's pretty amazing. I have a guy who I play with in fantasy football who's absolutely in love with this guy and gushes about him all the darn time. So good luck to the Browns. Any of you Browns fans out there, hit me up. I'm going to try to find you guys. I'm going to try to post these videos wherever I can. I mean, they're going to mostly be on YouTube, but, you know, if you guys want to talk, just leave comments down below. You know, thanks for your time. Dustin out.